It's John Santucci from tcpalm.com, Treasure Coast Newspapers. Of course, Dennis, I need no introduction. Jacob, that one's going to stick. And this is Jason Redmon from the Sideline Show. Now, this might be weird because you're a radio guy, but this is called video.
Gotcha.
All right, so that's a camera, so you just look into that and talk, and you know what to do with the mic, right? So
do my best.
Obviously, we're here at the Citrus Bowl. We're going to give our picks for what in the world are we calling this game? This thing needs a name.
I'll give it a name. The biggest regular season game in the 94-year history of area football.
That's
Done.
wordy.
That's a
There
long name.
That's and then you have to
But
update
for
it.
this week, it sticks.
It sticks. I like it. He's put his name on it.
Jason, you've seen both teams. Your thoughts just on this matchup between Vero and...
It's two very good football teams, John, Dennis. Very good football teams from the defensive side of the ball to the offensive side of the ball. We know the prolific pass offense that Lynn Jakowski brings with Vero. Now we know what KP's bringing with Sebastian. He's going to run oriented, always has been. He'll formation you to death. You'll see the same play 6 different ways, probably the same series, but that defense is legit. We've seen it, like Coach Jay said in your previous thing, they're not 9-0 if I'm a mistake. That defense flies to the football, they bring some hits, but the defense with Vero Beach is the same. They're really mirror images of each other. They're both great at 3 levels. They've got unsung MVPs. I think the unsung MVP for Vero Beach that stands out to me is Javante Reed for Vero, who really sets the tone for that defense. Listen, they got to get it done on the line up front before the linebackers can get all the credit. Just like the quarterbacks on very good offenses, that O-line's got to get it done before these guys can get the credit. And that's what these two teams bring to the table.
Absolutely. So let's not belabor the point anymore. We've gone through 3 videos now. We haven't made a pick. So Dennis, let's start with you. The 94th best game, whatever you said it was.
That real long title.
Who wins this game and why?
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, I know that Vero Beach has got a great defense to go along with that offense, but I think if you just look on paper, the matchup that everybody wants to know, can that rock-solid defense of Sebastian River stop this prolific offense of Vero Beach? That's the matchup that I think is going to decide this game. And, you know, it's funny. A year ago, Sebastian River probably should have won. This year, I think it's going to be Sebastian River's turn. All streaks come to an end at some point, and I think it's going to be a weird scenario, but I believe that Sebastian River's going to make a big play late in this game. They're going to score, and instead of settling for a tie to go for overtime, they're going to go for 2. They're going to win it 15-14.
He's going to channel his Jack Del Rio.
See, wait a minute. I said yesterday, I tried to go out on a limb and say I think Sam Oliver is going to kick a field goal in the last minute for Jensen. You actually have a scenario where they go for 2. How much time is left on the clock?
It'll be late. It could very easily be the same
scenario
buck 39 or what it was when Andres Magana kicked that go-ahead field goal a year ago that everyone probably in the park except people at Vero Beach thought might have ended the game.
Right. Wow. 15-14. Sebastian River. How do you see it playing out?
Wow, I didn't see that coming. I got to tell you, he's been around for years. He was right when I played football here. Fantastic. Been a fan for a long time. That's a heck of a pick, Dennis. I'm going to tell you, this is going to be a good football game. It's going to come down in the trenches, not to sound cliché-ish. It's going to happen on both lines, and I'm agreeing with him. There's going to be a big play here, but the style of football that Vero Beach plays, I think they get it done. I think they busted open in the fourth quarter to score a lot of points. They had a 31-point quarter against 4% this last week. I think they do it again toward the end of this game. 24-10, Vero Beach rides off in the sunset.
Wow. You know, last year's game, we just talked about it, 14-10. Like you said, 1:30, Sebastian takes the lead. Great play by Paul Dawson to force that fumble. And then MJ McGriff happened again, as has happened so many times. So it's 14-10 final score. I usually say I'm going to go with the best defense. I've said that all year. Sorry, Vero Beach. I think that's Sebastian River. But because Vero Beach's defense is comparable, Vero Beach has a fantastic defense, and I just give them the edge on offense. That's the tiebreaker for me. So I think this score is going to be the exact same as last year. 14-10. The game will be decided with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I'm not saying what the play is going to be. I'm just saying it'll be 14-10 Vero Beach, fourth quarter touchdown with less than 5 minutes left.
There's a whiteboard in the locker room. You want to go drop the play?
You know, one thing that I've always thought about a game like this, especially when you've got 2 teams that are going to the playoffs as district champions, why not have a playoff-type atmosphere in a game leading into the playoffs? You know, some coaches are like, no, they don't want that. They want kind of a cream puff or even an off week. I'm like, why not get revved up right now? Regardless, if it's a great game, it carries over for both teams. And if it's a game like last year especially, it carries over the next week. Why not get ready for the playoffs with a playoff-type game?
Well, and how exciting has this week been just for us on the periphery, just talking and watching it? You know, I know Martin County, Jensen, because Jensen's not in the play, and they obviously don't have the same records, but that's an exciting game for those programs. It's a great time to say it again. Showdown, Central Westwood needs to be week 11, not week 1. There's not the same passion about that game.
If you look at the most historic rivalries in Florida, almost all of them are played this week at the end of the season, because it's supposed to be a culmination. Now, let's face it, there's years when one team, or maybe both teams, are not having the kind of year they like. It's always nice to have that carrot dangling at the end of the season. Why take that away from the kids? I think it was a huge mistake for Showdown to move to week 1. It's got to move back to week 11.
Port St. Lucie and Centennial, unfortunately, have both had down years this year, but one of those teams on Friday night's carrying home a trophy.
And good, me feeling pretty good about it.
And you feel good about that, and it ends your season on that note of we just played our rival in a big game, and the community's excited. It's just not the same feel in August.
Here's the thing, rivalries don't just celebrate teams or schools, they celebrate communities.
Right.
And that's why I think this game is the biggest game in area history in the regular season, because Showdown celebrated a city, Fort Pierce. This game celebrates the entire Indian River County, and I think that's what sets this game apart from all others.
Absolutely. Jason, appreciate you having us, or you being with us.
He's used to being on my show.
As always, we want to hear back from you guys. Hashtag TC PrepZone. So we got a Sebastian pick, a Vero pick, and a Vero pick. Dennis and I were at least kind enough to say who's going to score when in the fourth quarter. Jason wasn't. But we want to hear back from you guys. What's your prediction for this game? Hashtag TC PrepZone all week at tcpalm.com. Thanks so much for joining us, and see you Friday night.
See ya.